good? It's your boy, Nick Potter, with a prediction. This is an off team. This is next Thursday. No, I think it's this Thursday. I don't know. Next Thursday, this Thursday. I don't know. But this is Las Vegas Raiders at Los Angeles Rams. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna lose? I don't know. These two teams are good. I know the Rams. They won won the Super Bowl. Now their record is like ass. Like 3-7, and I don't know what this team is. I have to look it up. Look real quick. They are so the Raiders. The Raiders are 4-7, and the Rams they are 3-8. Chat. They won the last shoot. They won the Super Bowl. Come on, man. You 3-8. How did you make it to the Super Bowl? 3-8. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. You gotta do something. It's gonna be 4:15 dark, right? No. I think the game starts 4:15. I think that's daytime. I'm gonna do 4:15, but it's at 8:15. But I see you guys when I see you guys. I do like what I did to the Bengals game. I do highlights. I do replays. But yeah, I see you guys at the end of the game.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Rams. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. Welcome in, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Off we go from SoFi Stadium. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And here Here comes Matthew Stafford leading the Rams offense out there, just as he did last season when he captured his first and the Rams' second Super Bowl title.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll roll him out right. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
And a nice call and really good execution there, because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle, perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on it. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford on the move to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0.
Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Akers. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will make it 6-0. So golden field position there and squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kicks are away. Take it in at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. He's going to air one out. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he cannot reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st down, Carr. That's caught by Hollister. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry for Josh Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Carr's throw complete to Hollins. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Throwing on first down is Carr. And his throw here is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stole some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. A dump off here to Bolden.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Carr again. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Here's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Keelan Cole, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford being chased. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. On play action, it's Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Going right back to Akers. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a much-needed completion right there on 3rd down. Really a sigh of relief, isn't it? They're backed up deep. You know they don't want to give the ball back to the other guys in great field position. They needed that throw, that completion, that first down.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. To throw is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete here.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to run him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking deep for Adams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. Down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. 33 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. They certainly made quick work of that. Ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He starts with a give to Akers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace and change direction, that's often the end result.
Stafford on 1st down. There's Robinson showing the flash. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on it, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford now to throw.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. They were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and that will keep the lead at 8.
And partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Give him a first down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Carr.
Catch made, it's Moreau. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Carr now on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On second down, Jacobs. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 5 now. Stafford. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now a run with Akers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll run this with Akers. Oh, good move. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run here with Akers. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. We got this little drive brewing right here.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To the air again, Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Brandon Powell from 4 yards out. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Out to Cole on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. And that's complete to Adams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Let's have some fun. Let's get some money. That's what it is, baby. Show them what you got.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Carr to throw. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive 1st down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead now 11, 24-13. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete to Hollins. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now Carr. He hits Adams, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Three yards remain for second down.
To throw, it's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Carr going to throw. That's caught by Hollister.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, Carr. It's caught here by Adams.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 6-yard line.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Taken in at the 3.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 16. Now it's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
They'll go again here with Akers.
Nifty move. And some room to run now. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
112 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape for first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson on the receiving end from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Carr now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Adams.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a gain of 7. Second and 3. The Rams 48-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in here by Powell.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Powell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams are an extra point away from drawing level.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And we are tied at 27 all. For a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Carr.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Catch made, it's Moreau.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the game there. I on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake it at Stafford. That's out to the flat for Akers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's got room. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 134 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs.
Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Another reception made over the middle. This is Bolden.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Looking for Bolden, and it's intercepted.
Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams will take over possession here up at the 44.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 44. After the interception, here's Stafford. It's complete to Robinson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. 3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
They'll give this to Akers running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Carr. It's complete to Cole. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
So that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st down, Carr.
It's caught left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Here's Carr to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
That's complete right around the 8. Touchdown, Raiders.
Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and we'll get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Carlson down to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 18. Now it's Stafford.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Carr gonna throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. To throw is Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. On the return is Brandon Powell. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are, but what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on third down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
Yet again, he has Akers. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
We got this big time now.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. His throw incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Stafford.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
2nd down and goal. Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Again, it's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school? The possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I figure I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Now it's Bolden. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. The throw taken in by Cole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
Still first down.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Carr now to throw. This throw over the middle, taken in by Cole. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 14. Now Carr. Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Carr's pass complete to Mac Hollins. A gain of 8.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Rams getting set to go now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
He starts with a give to Akers.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Stafford. Higbee secures it over the middle. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Stafford.
Open man is Skoranek. He's got it.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Often Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Stafford. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. To throw again on second down. Stafford. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Here's Stafford. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
The Raiders heading out to take over. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On the draw, Bolden. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So Matthew Stafford of the offense. Down by 7, 44 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Stafford now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. And they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there, 1st down Rams. They were down to their final 2 plays. They needed something to get them started. That was the one.
And it was a big one indeed, and so now they get a chance to continue to go downfield. Let's see if they go for a big one here.
One last throw here for Stafford. He's got Atwell. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
Crazy. I ain't put the camera on. Shit. That was a crazy game. It was so close to coming to tying this game up. So close. It was so close to tying this game up. The Raiders demolished in the first 2 quarters, and then they came back in the 4th quarter. This play right here tied them up. This play tied them up. Play right here tied them to 27-27. Tied them up. That's what that was.